Lesson 14, Unit 14, Lesson 2. Units of time, measure elapsed time. I can measure intervals of time in hours and minutes. I can also reason about math. Denise went to see a movie. The movie started at 1:05 p.m. and it ended at 2:35 p.m. How long did the movie last? Explain your reasoning. So if you start at 1:05, the hour hand moves from 1 to 2. Okay, so the hour hand moves from 1 to 2. That's going to be a total of 1 hour. Then the minute hand is going to move from 5 to 30. 5. We can take 35, take away 5, equaling 30 minutes. So the movie lasted 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Without counting hours and minutes, how do you know the movie Denise went to see was less than 2 hours? So we know that it started at 1:05 and it ended at 2:35. 1 hour would be 2:05. 1 hour. 2 hours would be 3:05. So we know the movie lasted less than 2 hours. 2 hours would put us at 3:05, moving up an hour each time. How can you find elapsed time? Janie took part in a charity walk. The walk started at 7:10 a.m. and it ended at 11:20 a.m. How long did the walk last? Elapsed time is the total amount of time that passes from the starting time to the ending time. The hours between midnight and noon are a.m. and hours between noon and midnight are p.m. hours. Okay, so we see a.m. and a.m. So we want to find the starting time, count the hours, which would be 4. Then count the minutes, 5, 10. The walk lasted 4 hours and 10 minutes. After the charity walk, Janie talked with friends from 11:25 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. Then lunch was served from 11:45 a.m. until 2:10 p.m. How long did lunch last? So we can start at 11:45. We know that 12:45 would be 1 hour. 1:45 would be an additional hour. Okay, now we know that 2 o'clock is adding 15 minutes. Then we can add another 10, make it 2:10. Then we can add this together. 1 plus 1 equals 2 hours. 15 plus 10 equals 25 minutes. You can also use a number line to measure elapsed time. So Janie's charity walk lasted 4 hours and 10 minutes. The number line shows the number of hours and minutes that elapsed during that time. If the start time is 7:15 a.m. and an end time is 8:05 a.m., why do you not have to count hours to find the elapsed time? We know that an hour would put us at 8:15 a.m. It would put us over the end time. A movie started at 2:30 p.m. and ran for 2 hours and 15 minutes. What time did the movie end? So we know that 2:30, 3:30 is 1 hour. We know 3:30 to 4:30 is another hour. So that's our 2 hours. Now we know 4:30, and we need to add 15. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we get 4:45 as an ending time for that movie. Draw arrows on the second clock to count the hours from 11 to 5 p.m. What is the elapsed time? So we start at 11 and we go till 5. So we're going to start here to here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. On the bottom, it tells you to find the elapsed or the end time. If you're following along in your workbook, please do 4, 5, 6, 7. On the back, I will read the problems for you. Use the list at the right. Mr. Flores made a list of the time it takes for different items to bake. Which items will take less than half an hour to bake? Which 2 items, when you add their baking time together, take less time to bake than the pasta dish? Sally finds elapsed time when using these clock faces. She counts the hours by 1s, but counts the minutes by 5s. Why does she count the minutes by 5s instead of by 1s? Remember that we count our minutes by 5s because they're in increments of 5s. A basketball tournament started at 12:15 p.m. and ended at 4 p.m. Did the tournament last more than 4 hours? Explain. A farmer is selling 744 pieces of produce. He has 162 watermelons, 345 ears of corn, and some avocados. Write an equation to find how many avocados the farmer is selling. Let A stand for the unknown quantity of avocados. Gio is taking a train from Carleton to Elgin. The train leaves Carleton at 9:25 a.m. and reaches Elgin at 10:55 a.m. How long does the ride last? And use the number line to help. Remember to do your independent practice buddy and your homework practice buddy for lesson 14. 2 units of time, measure elapsed time.